Hello, my name is Brooklyn Olzowski, and today I'll be giving a speech over leadership. But first, I'm going to show my crowd. All right, so let's begin. So today I'm giving my speech over leadership, but not only am I going to be giving my speech over leadership, I'm going to be giving my speech over great leaders and influential people. But the one thing that I want to note is that I won't be talking about great people, I'll be talking about great leaders. So don't be surprised when I start naming off some people that I'm going to name off. But first, leadership requires empowering, inspiring, sharing a vision, and leading and changing the world. Not all great leaders are great people though, and that's what I want to elaborate on today. They have to have followers, objectives, strategies, and know how to motivate people. So today my first leader that I want to talk about is Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was a monster. He killed millions of people and took millions of families into concentration camps, ultimately ending all of their lives. He motivated people who wanted to follow him though. He motivated all sorts of German and French allies. He provided a direction to people. He made people believe that this was something that was right to do. And his biggest accomplishment was leading millions towards one objective that he had. And so that's why I think Adolf Hitler was one of the greatest leaders. Not the greatest person, but the greatest leaders, because he led millions to destroy a human race. My next leader is a little bit more current, Kim Jong-un. It is the North Korean dictator and still in leadership, and his leadership style is making people fear him. He also gains control and leadership through rationing food and freedom. He has an army of people as his ally that would die for him because of the fear that he puts in his people. And that is how he manages his leadership style. Although Kim Jong-un is a dictator, he does have other leadership qualities that I think that are important as far as maintaining a relationship with other allies in America. My next leader that I want to talk about leadership styles with is Malcolm X, that led the Black Panthers, which I think that he was an okay guy. He's a man that stood up for what he believed in, and which will follow back to when I talk about Martin Luther King in a little bit, because I wanted to end on a good note. So Malcolm X had a quote though, and it was, "A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything." And that's what he did with all of his followers that he gained when he was running the Black Panther. He led a group and had many followers, and he helped them go through motivation and want equal rights for everyone. Malcolm X also had a lot to do. He was a lot like Martin Luther King in a way, wanting equal rights for African Americans and trying to just get equality for all, and I think that was a great thing. And I think he shared a lot of qualities with Martin Luther King. I think he was just a little bit more on the rougher side than Martin Luther King Jr. But then on a good note, I want to end on Martin Luther King Jr., who was truly inspiring and motivating. He changed the way society is today and how it will always be. He not only got equal rights for everyone and justice for the people, but he had a great group of followers and many people who mourned his death. What made him a great leader was he wanted to influence you, and he also stood up for what was right no matter the consequence. And I think that's what makes a good leader, is you stand up for what you believe in with no consequence. And he had a really good quote that I want to share, and it was, "Faith is taking the first step even when you cannot see the staircase." And I think that one quality, like one quote, is like one thing that he lived by. And I thought that was a really good quote to end on. And I want to point out that all of the qualities that I've mentioned, in really bad people to really good people, all have something in common. They all had many followers. They all had followers because it made people believe that they were going to have a better life if they joined in with this certain leader. And it gave them hope for their future, and it gave them a sense of direction. And I think that's what all qualities that each leader possesses, is because they made people believe that if they followed them, they're going to have a better life and overall a better future. So that was my speech on leadership, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.